They thought they got away with it. The betrayal, the manipulation, the spiritual attacks behind closed doors. But what they didn't realize is that the universe never forgets. And karma, it's not just real, it's relentless. If you've been used, lied to, backstabbed, or spiritually attacked, this video is your confirmation. Divine justice is already in motion. And those who harmed you, they're about to witness your elevation while facing consequences they never saw coming. Don't click away, because in the next few minutes, you'll understand why you were chosen to rise and why they were chosen to fall. Let's begin. Part 1. You were attacked for your light. They didn't betray you because you were weak. They didn't spiritually attack you because you were vulnerable. No, they did it because your light exposed their darkness. Your energy revealed what they had been hiding from the world and from themselves. You were the mirror they couldn't look into. You were the truth they tried to silence. You were the blessing they didn't believe they deserved. So instead of honoring you, they tried to dim you. And you never saw it coming. You loved them. You rooted for them. You poured into them, not just your time and your attention, but your soul. You stood by them when no one else would. You forgave them more times than you admitted out loud. You saw the good in them when they only showed you the worst. But still, they betrayed you. They lied. They gossiped behind your back. They weaponized your vulnerability. They took the version of you that loved them unconditionally and used it to drain you emotionally, spiritually, energetically. And when they were done using you, they discarded you like you never mattered. Some of them smiled in your face, all while planting seeds of sabotage behind your back. Some pretended to be your friend, your partner, your confidant, while secretly competing, copying, or casting doubt on your name. But what they didn't realize is this: you are protected by a divine covenant. You were never walking alone. Every tear you cried was counted. Every betrayal was recorded. Every attack on your soul was seen, not just by you, but by the universe, by God, by your spirit guides, by the divine. This wasn't just betrayal. This wasn't just emotional pain. This was spiritual warfare, because when you are chosen, when you carry divine energy, when your light walks into a room and awakens truth, you become a threat to every person still married to their shadows, and that's why they targeted you. You weren't the problem, you were the activation. Your light made them uncomfortable, your growth made them insecure, your peace reminded them of the chaos they haven't healed. Your purpose triggered the parts of them they refused to develop. And so they attacked. They tried to dim you. They tried to silence you, confuse you, make you question your intuition. They tried to make you believe you were too much, too sensitive, too spiritual, too crazy. But in reality, you were simply too powerful for their comfort. Because they couldn't control you, they tried to destroy you. But what they didn't understand is this: you are not powered by ego. You are not fueled by revenge. You are not walking this path alone. You are powered by divine alignment, and that makes you unstoppable. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No lie spoken over you will stand. No curse sent your way will take root. Because every word they whispered in secret, every low-frequency thought they projected, every energy-draining cord they tried to attach to your spirit is now being returned to sender tenfold. The storm they sent to break you will be the same storm that exposes them. The illusion they created to destroy your name will be the illusion that destroys their image. Because the truth is, you were never the villain. You were the test, and they failed. They didn't realize they were messing with someone chosen by the divine. They didn't understand that attacking you was not just disrespectful. It was a direct violation of the spiritual contract that protects the anointed. You don't need to fight back. You don't need to explain. You don't need to beg them to understand who you are. Because now, karma is doing what it was always meant to do. Justice is unfolding. The light they tried to extinguish is shining brighter than ever, and every lie, every betrayal, every curse is unraveling in divine timing. So take a breath, stand in your power, and know this: they betrayed you because your light was too powerful to manipulate, but your light is still shining, and they are now living in the shadow of what they lost. You didn't just survive their attacks, you rose stronger, wiser, and divinely protected. Part 2. Extreme karma is striking in public, not private. Let's talk about karma, not the soft, watered-down kind that sounds nice in a quote. We're talking about extreme, divine, undeniable karma, the kind that unfolds publicly and leaves no room for confusion. They betrayed you quietly, behind closed doors. They launched attacks on your spirit while pretending to support you. They smiled in your face and stabbed you the moment you turned around. They wore masks and played victim when you were the one bleeding. But now, karma is speaking louder than any lie they ever told, and it's happening in public. Right now, many of those who wronged you are watching their lives unravel. Not because you cursed them, not because you retaliated, not because you wished harm, but because the energy they put out into the universe, the manipulation, the deceit, the spiritual attacks, has now come full circle like a divine boomerang. They thought they could escape consequences. They believed their charm, their connections, or their lies could protect them. But the universe doesn't play favorites. It plays fair. And now, some are losing long-time friendships. Some are facing public humiliation and exposure. Some are losing jobs, relationships, homes, mental stability. Some are being haunted by guilt, shame, and sleepless nights. And the irony? They don't understand why it's all happening. They're confused. They're blaming bad luck, blaming others, blaming the system. But they refuse to look in the mirror. Because to admit the truth would be to face what they did to you. And that's a level of accountability many of them simply can't handle. But the truth is this: they made you cry in silence. Now they're weeping in public. They broke your spirit in secret. Now their reputations are crumbling for all to see. They turned people against you with lies. Now those same people are turning away from them. This isn't just life being random. This is the divine law of balance. What you give out, you receive back. What you plant, you harvest. And what they sent to destroy you has now become the very force unraveling their own lives. Some even went to spiritual lengths. They lit candles in envy. They sent curses cloaked in false blessings. They worked behind the veil, trying to delay your purpose, block your blessings, distort your light. But they forgot one thing: you can't hex what God has anointed. You can't block a path that was divinely written. You can't bury a seed that was planted by the Creator himself. So while they mocked your pain, laughed at your faith, pretended they won, you stayed grounded, you healed, you cried, you prayed, you rose. You didn't need to clap back. You didn't need to post about it. You didn't need to convince anyone to see the truth, because truth reveals itself in time. And now, your elevation is speaking for you. Your glow is undeniable. Your peace is louder than their chaos. And your blessings are proof that God always gets the final say. Here's the divine twist: they wanted to see you lose so badly, but now their biggest karma is being forced to watch you win. Every door that opens for you, every blessing that falls into your lap, every moment of joy you experience, it will echo in their conscience, because they know what they did. And deep down, they know they're not suffering for no reason. Their karma isn't just punishment, it's revelation. It's the universe saying, you don't get to mishandle good people and walk away blessed. So don't feel guilty for your glow up. Don't downplay your success. Don't hide your light to make others comfortable, because you earned this, not by revenge, but by resilience, not by war, but by healing. Their karma is watching you become everything they tried to destroy, and that's the most divine justice of all. Part 3, divine justice is deliberate, and it's personal. Divine justice doesn't operate on your timeline. It doesn't move just because you're tired of waiting, or because you begged for it to come quicker. It moves on divine alignment, the sacred timing that ensures the impact will be undeniable and the lesson will be complete. For some of you, it's been months. For others, it's been years. Years of holding your tongue. Years of crying in silence, wondering if you'd ever see justice for what they did to you. You asked the universe, you prayed to God, you whispered in the darkness, why do they get to smile while I'm still hurting? But here's the sacred truth, divine justice is never delayed, it's designed. You see, while you were weeping, God was watching, not just watching the betrayal, but recording it, taking spiritual receipts, every lie they told, every manipulative word they used, every energetic attack they sent your way, every time they pretended to care while secretly hoping you'd fail.
None of it went unseen. God wasn't ignoring your pain. He was preparing your comeback. He was letting them dig their own pit. And the deeper they went, the harder and more undeniable the fall would be. Because divine justice isn't just about punishing people, it's about revealing truth. There is a special kind of justice when you realize you didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to fight, expose, or even react. Your silence was your weapon. Your faith was your shield. And your protection was spiritual. And now, one by one, justice is unfolding in ways you couldn't have orchestrated yourself. The one who lied about you to ruin your reputation, their credibility is crumbling. People are finally seeing through them. The one who manipulated others against you is now isolated. The people they turned against you are now turning against them. The one who stole your time, your love, your energy, your resources is now losing more than they ever expected. And the one who laughed while you were in pain, they are crying in silence and no one is there to console them. This isn't about revenge. It's not about getting even. It's about divine balance. They chose ego. You chose evolution. They chose sabotage. You chose surrender. They broke the covenant. You honored your soul. That's why God is elevating you now. Not because you're perfect, but because you didn't let their darkness make you bitter. You chose the high road. You chose healing over hate, growth over gossip, peace over proving a point. While they were busy trying to play God in your life, you were busy walking with God. You were becoming stronger, wiser, more spiritually aligned. And now your reward is unfolding, while their consequences are multiplying. But here's what makes this justice so powerful. It's public. People are watching. They're seeing who was real all along. They're realizing who was honest, who was true, and who was silently enduring the weight of betrayal with grace. Your name is being cleared without you having to say a word. Your spirit is being vindicated. Your path is being restored. And your glow, it's undeniable. Their judgment isn't just a result of their actions. It's a message to them, to others, to anyone who dares to mishandle a chosen one again. Because the universe doesn't play when it comes to the protected. So let this be your confirmation. You didn't lose. You were never forgotten. Your pain was not in vain. Justice is here, and it's personal. Part 4. You will be rewarded publicly. Here's the final piece of this divine puzzle. Just like their karma is unfolding in public, your reward will be public too, because God doesn't just restore you in silence. He doesn't just heal you in private. When you've been publicly humiliated, betrayed, ridiculed, He makes sure your comeback is witnessed by everyone who doubted you, the very people who mocked your faith, who questioned your purpose, who rolled their eyes when you talked about healing, about destiny, about divine timing. They are about to watch your elevation, step by step, in full view, and they won't be able to deny it. You'll glow differently, not just physically, but spiritually. There will be a peace on you that no storm could ever steal. You'll speak with clarity, with confidence, with wisdom, because you've walked through fire and didn't burn. And the best part, you won't need to explain yourself anymore. You won't have to prove anything, because your very presence will speak volumes. The healing you did in private will radiate in every word you say. The discipline, the prayers, the spiritual warfare you overcame will show up in how you move, how you love, how you lead. Your elevation will be so visible that people who once looked down on you will start looking up, and they'll whisper among themselves, "I should have treated them better. I didn't realize who they really were." They were chosen all along. I just didn't see it. But by then, it'll be too late. Because what they failed to understand is that God never leaves a chosen one in the shadows forever. There is always a moment, a divinely orchestrated moment when everything shifts. And when it happens, it's not quiet, it's not hidden. It's glorious. God is preparing a table for you. Not just any table, but one that sits in the presence of your enemies. Not to shame them, but to show them who you really are. To reveal what they missed. To display what they tried to bury. Your reward is not random. It's custom designed for your purpose. And when it arrives, whether it's a new love, a thriving business, financial freedom, inner peace, or a spiritual calling that aligns perfectly, you'll realize that every ounce of pain had a purpose. The betrayal? It purified your heart. It showed you who couldn't come with you. The spiritual attacks, they awakened your divine gifts. They forced you to rely on your intuition, on your creator, on your soul.
The isolation? It became the cocoon where your transformation took place. You went in broken, but you're coming out reborn. You are not the same anymore. You've evolved, you've healed, you've aligned, you are divinely protected, and you're about to walk into a season so abundant, so clear, so supernaturally favored, that even your former self wouldn't recognize you. Your past won't define you. The betrayal won't limit you. The trauma won't break you, because you've already been through the valley. Now you're headed to the mountaintop. So when the blessings start falling, don't shrink, don't apologize, don't downplay your growth to make others comfortable. This is your moment. This is your justice. This is your divine reward. You are the living, breathing evidence that no matter how hard they tried to break you, the divine will always rebuild you stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever before. And the whole world, they're about to see exactly what happens when a chosen one rises. Let this be your reminder. You were never weak. You were never too sensitive. You were never too much. You were just surrounded by people who weren't ready for your light. And rather than grow with you, they tried to dim you. But their betrayal wasn't your ending. It was your beginning. Because every time they underestimated you, every time they lied about you, every time they tried to break you, God was watching. And now, divine justice is being served. Their karma is loud, not because you wished it upon them, but because spiritual law never fails. What they did in the dark is being dragged into the light. And your name? It's being cleared. Your energy? It's being restored. Your purpose? It's being activated on a level they never imagined possible. So keep rising. Don't clap back. Don't chase closure. Don't try to explain yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Just keep becoming. Let your success speak the truth they tried to bury. Let your joy be the revenge they'll never understand. Let your peace disturb the demons they sent to destroy you, because the tables have turned, and the same ones who tried to curse you will be forced to watch you be crowned. So take a deep breath and remember who you are. You're chosen, you're protected, and you're unstoppable. If this message spoke to your soul, don't scroll, hit that like button, share this with someone who needs it, and drop it in the comments if you're claiming your power back today. This is your confirmation. Everything is shifting in your favor. The storm is over. Your season is here.